This is Mr. Beck Does Your Homework. This is AP Physics, homework number 5.3, question 12. A 1340 kilogram meteor comes in from outer space and impacts on a moon's surface. Notice this is not necessarily the Earth's moon. The mass of the moon is so many kilograms and the radius of the moon is so many meters. How much work is done by the moon's gravitational field? When we talk about work done by a gravitational field, normally we think about, say, the surface of the Earth, and we've got some object, and what we're going to do is lift that object, and it gains some potential energy. What we're doing is we're doing work against a gravitational field that stores that as potential energy. When the gravitational field itself does work, so here, the moon's gravitational field, what's going to happen is that that object is going to fall down, and that potential energy is going to become some kinetic energy. So the work done by the gravitational field converts whatever potential energy it has into kinetic energy. So we can see that the change in the potential energy is going to equal the kinetic energy that I gain. So the change in potential energy is the gain in kinetic energy. So what we're really looking for is a change in potential energy as this rock, as this meteor falls from outer space onto the surface of the moon. Well, the potential energy we're dealing with on the surface of the Earth is just mgh. But here on the surface of the moon, we have to use the universal potential energy, and that's going to be negative big G times the mass of the moon times the mass of the rock divided by the distance from the center of the moon. That will give me an amount of potential energy that the rock has when it gets to the surface of the moon, and it's going to be negative because at infinity the potential energy is equal to 0. So anything closer to the surface of the Earth is going to be negative. That's why this potential energy here is going to be negative. So if you calculate this, this is going to be the potential energy at the surface. That is going to be how much work is done by the moon's gravitational field. But if this is negative, then the work done is the change in kinetic energy, and that's going to be the positive. So enter that in as a positive number.